And what I kept noticing was the restlessness. It's a new kind of restlessness, the kind that shows up after, when you've done the work and the room you fought for is yours. You expect it to feel like a rival, but something underneath starts moving again, looking for the next thing to prove, a new milestone to clear. You might be there now, and you're unable to fully land. The ground is solid, but part of you is checking. That restlessness, it has a name, and it's worth knowing. The new identity changes who we move with and how we are perceived. The work is real. I hope you've felt it. Today, we enter the sustain phase. It's the quietest territory on the map, and you'll find the subtlest traps live here. The conditional self was built inside of scarcity, inside of having to earn every room. That self has one primary skill. The skill? Performance. Let's call it functional performance. It performs competence and proves value through output. It kept you safe and got you through. The rooms, they were testing you. The stakes, 100% real. You learned to move at a certain speed, to produce at a certain volume. The identity you were running required it. Then you did the work. Your identity shifted. The rooms and the stakes, they changed. The conditional self, it's loyal and confused. It still tries to run the same protocol. That's the trap in the sustain phase. The old operating system looks for a new performance. It tries to sustain the new identity the same way it's always done, by proof and output. I remember my first week after an identity shift. I woke up without the weight I had carried for years. My first impulse was to do something with that, to prove the shift was real. I wanted to justify the lightness by filling it. It took me most of that week to realize what I was doing. I was trying to earn the new identity. The new ground asks for something else. Your new identity needs your presence, while the conditional self always expects a demand of proof. Sustaining your new identity, it's different. This shift is quiet. The morning metric stops mattering before the first coffee. Checking for permission to belong simply fades away. Truth gets spoken and the talking stops. The edges no longer need softening with the extra explanations. The statement was enough. A lighter day of output doesn't get carried into dinner, because the value of the day was never in the volume. Dropping the earn it protocol creates real grounding. The work continues while the urgency underneath simply dissolves. The difference? It only makes sense when you're inside the shift. Standing is an active choice. It comes from deep alignment because your output is no longer required to confirm your identity. That's the new move. Pure presence. One question to carry today. Where are you still performing for a room that already let you in? Sit with that. I don't want you to answer it quickly. If what surfaced today has weight, it's worth following. The no-cost identity clarity call, that's where we trace it back and uncover what the old identity uses to keep its grip. It's time to measure yourself by something truer. The link is in the show notes. This is the new ground. You fought to reach it. Now learn what it means to stand here. The room will hold you, so let it. With strength and heart, I'm Sean Michael. Stay close. We spend a lot of time on this show talking about the threshold, the space between the identity that got you here and the one required for the new ground. You're listening to this because something in your current architecture is fracturing. You're running the performer playbook or the striver protocol, and it's costing you an immense amount of energy to maintain the facade. The external results are there, but the internal friction, it's burning you out. Most people will let this episode end and go right back into the performance. They'll put the mask back on for their next Zoom meeting and keep relying on the identity that's actively caging them. I'm looking for the leader who's done performing. If you're ready to look at the structural identity collapse happening beneath the surface, we need to map your architecture. Go to the link in the show notes, book your identity clarity call. We'll identify the exact survival identity running your calendar and begin the shift into conscious leadership. Stop performing, start becoming.